tell the difference between both sides? I can't. So today we're going to be doing viral drugstore makeup dupes. So affordable products that do exactly the same thing as some of the most popular high-end makeup products. I love dupes. Like honestly, dupes just feed my soul. They make me feel all kinds of excited. We're going to do all expensive on this side and we're going to do all drugstore affordable on this side. And I want you to let me know if you can actually see the difference. Like, can you tell the difference between both sides? First up, on the expensive side, I have this primer from Laura Mercier. This is their Pure Canvas Power Primer. This is a supercharged essence primer, and basically it's like a primer and skincare all in one. Now this is expensive, but it is very popular. It's very lightweight on the skin, and like I said, it is loaded with skincare ingredients as well. It leaves like this really soft, hydrated, plump kind of effect to the skin. Now a couple of things about this primer, obviously it's quite expensive, but the packaging is just the bane of my existence. Like, you can spend all day trying to squeeze it out and you never get enough out. It drives me nuts, honestly. Like, Laura Mercier could have done much better with the packaging of this, I will say. But the actual primer itself, beautiful. Now, if you're wanting to get the same lightweight, hydrated effect on the skin, but without spending the money on this, I've got this one here, which literally does exactly the same thing on the skin. So this is the NYX Plump Right Back. This, in the same way as the Laura Mercier one, is a serum. So a skincare serum and a primer all in one. And honestly, like, I think that you cannot tell the difference between the way that both of these feel on the skin. The next one is slightly different in the sense that it is like completely clear when you do apply it, but once blended out, they look and feel exactly the same. And I feel like they both do an amazing job of really hydrating the skin and helping extend the wear of makeup. Save the money. Get the next one. Honestly, it's gorgeous. Okay, next up, the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. Obviously, I have acquired the e.l.f. exact dupe to this. This literally broke the internet. Everyone has been talking about it now. I do have the original Charlotte Tilbury, but as you can see, there's a slight difference between the shades, but we're still going to try and make this work. This is exactly the same as this. Like, same results on the skin, super glowy, super filtered, super flawless. I have actually tested this one and worn it, and I agree. I think it's amazing. I need to grab the Charlotte Tilbury in a slightly deeper color. I've got the shade number 4 medium in this, and I've got the shade number 5 medium in the e.l.f. one. The Flawless Filter is so well loved because it gives the skin this really pretty lit from within glow. It honestly is beautiful. I quite like the product if, you know, super, super glow is what you are after. I'm a super oily skin type, so for me, it's not really something that I would reach for every day, because when I'm looking to do my foundation, I'm looking to get it to last for like a really long time and not melt off. So it is a little too heavy on the glow for me, but it's beautiful on the skin. And honestly, the packaging of these two, nearly exactly the same. Both have got a little doe foot applicator. The e.l.f. one is slightly bigger, so you can see the size difference there. This one's interesting. It looks very dark when you first apply it. Like, see how you're probably like, girl, that ain't gonna match you? It actually does. It blends out and it matches pretty well. It does give me quite a tan. This is shade number 5. I would probably be closer to shade number 4, I think. Both of these really melt into the skin and they both leave you with this really, really pretty glow. Now the e.l.f. side is slightly deeper in color because, like I said, it is a deeper shade, but look at both sides of my skin. Insanely glowy. It looks plump, it looks hydrated, it looks really filtered. This is not a foundation. Don't purchase either of these products thinking that, you know, you're going to get coverage out of them. They really only give the skin like a very slight tint. But then this side is the Charlotte Tilbury side. I think that the e.l.f. side is glowier. I actually think that the e.l.f. side gives the skin more of like a sheen, more of a glow. The e.l.f. side might be slightly tackier than the Charlotte Tilbury side, but like, you would be hard-pressed to tell the difference. Like, other than a slight subtlety in the shade, can you tell a difference between the glowiness and the texture on both sides? Let me know in the comments, because, like, I really can't. Now, to give my skin a little bit of coverage, I'm actually going to be using a concealer to do that. And one of the concealers that I've been really enjoying lately is this one from ABH. This is their Magic Touch Concealer. Kind of feels like a Shart. Did I just say Shart? I did. Kind of feels like a Tarte Shape Tape. It's a very creamy. It gives a lots of coverage. It's a really beautiful concealer. Like I do really enjoy the formula. And I'm putting on a little more than I normally would because I'm wanting to use this concealer to sort of build up a little bit more coverage. I need to cover my red nose as well. My nose has been so red lately. But I do love the way these like liquid filter type products, you can use them all over the complexion. You don't necessarily need the coverage. They're lightweight on the skin, but then you can just add the coverage where you need it with a concealer. It's a really flexible way to do it. This concealer, I swear, it just keeps on blending. Like you apply it and it just, you think that it's not going to go any further and it just keeps going. That makes sense. It's a really, really nice formula. I absolutely love it. And then the exact dupe for that I've got here is this one from Milani. This is the Conceal and Perfect. This is a long wearing concealer. I find that this one is just as creamy, just as filtered on the skin. Just as easy to blend. It's got an insane amount of coverage as well. I feel like honestly, if you swapped the formulas over between both bottles, I would have no idea which was the one that cost like 3 times more. Can you tell the difference between both sides? I can't. They look exactly the same to me. Just as glowy, just as flawless. The coverage is the same. Like, oh, these products are good. Now for bronzer, we're going to be doing some cream bronzing today, and the Chanel cream bronzer. This has been around for a very long time. It's an OG fave, and you have to sell yourself for it. Okay? I can't remember how much it is. I feel like it's well over $100, but it really does give the skin the prettiest finish. It's very soft, it's very filtered, and it's insanely easy to blend out. So I like to apply it underneath my cheekbone here, sort of up beside my brow bone, up on an angle, and then across my hairline. This one just melts. Like it actually melts as you blend it out, but to be honest, like as much of a beautiful bronzer it is, and I do love it and I do use it, I don't necessarily think that when I run out of it that I will repurchase it. It's so expensive. And then the dupe that I've got for this one today is another one from e.l.f. So this is the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. Honestly, I can't tell the difference between the two of these when they are applied to the skin, and I also can't tell the difference when I'm blending them. They just both blend out so incredibly well. So I'm going to apply this one in the same spots. Cheekbones, beside my brow, and then I'm going to carry it up over my temple, and then we'll blend this one in. Oh, my hair is out of control today. Like this e.l.f. one as well, gone. Melted, disappeared, beautiful, perfect, flawless, doesn't emphasize texture, doesn't emphasize pores. You're much better off spending a couple of dollars, like that's literally all the e.l.f. one is, a couple of dollars than spending like $100 on the Chanel one. And like looking at both sides of my face now, I think I actually prefer the e.l.f. side. It's cheaper and it looks more flawless. Now, I don't have a powder dupe to test today, so I'm just going to very quickly powder my face down and I'll be right back. I've got an amazing blush dupe to show you. Okay, next up I have this blush from NARS, and this, seriously, for years has been one of my all-time favorite blushes, and it's hilarious because every single time I pulled this out in front of like a bride, when I used to do bridal makeup or models at shoots and things like that, they'd be like, you're not putting that on my face, because it is neon pink. It is a vibrant pink, but I promise this is one of the prettiest blushes on the skin ever. It doesn't come out on the skin looking like that. Like, you don't need to worry. The trick to these super vibrant blushes is to dust your brush in and then just tap off the excess before you go in. They will give a really pretty soft wash of color to the skin, and they give the color without adding like a powderiness or a texture or like a film to the skin, because you don't need to use much. They're just so insanely pigmented, right? Here it is on the skin. Like, I am obsessed with this. You guys have probably heard me talk about this one many times before. It's the shade NARS Desire, and it looks like a pink highlighter. Like, no kidding. Well, and I'm very excited, I have an affordable dupe for this one. So Juvia's Place, a very well-loved and affordable brand. I'm sure that you guys have all heard of it. They've just extended, they did already have these blushes, I think, and they've just extended the shade range. This is volume 4. Look at this. Vibrant pink blushes. Now, I have been loving and using both of these shades. The one at the base is literally exactly the same as NARS Desire, like bang on match. So I'm gonna dust my brush in it. It picks up so much pigment. It's so pigmented. Dust off the excess and then apply it to the skin. Oh, like the Juvia's Place one, I feel like is less than half the price of the NARS one. It might be a third of the price maybe. I honestly think it's better on the skin. I think that it's prettier on the skin, and you also get 2 shades instead of only 1 shade. You can't go wrong. Now for the eyes, I've just put a little bit of bronzer up there already because we have an eyeliner dupe to talk about today. So the KVD Tattoo Liquid Eyeliner, I've loved it for the longest time. This is the brown shade, and I've been really enjoying brown eyeliner lately. It's just a little bit softer. It's a little bit more forgiving on the eyes. I don't know. Brown's just been giving me all the feels lately. So I'm going to do like a very kind of like a mini wing. This KVD formula, like smudge proof, budge proof, transfer proof. You can cry through it. You can literally do anything through it. It doesn't go anywhere. It is like a tattoo. It very much deserves its name, for sure. It's got an amazing fine point too, which makes drawing on your wings so quick and easy. I just honestly love it. It's such a good eyeliner. And then the dupe that I've got is this eyeliner from Flower Beauty. So this is their Forever Wear Winged Liner. The shade is Dark and Stormy. It is the exact shade of deep brown. Again, smudge proof, transfer proof. It wears all day. It lasts really well. And obviously, it's a whole lot more affordable. So I'm just going to create another mini wing, the same that I have done on this eye. The KVD one technically is a brush tip, but this felt tip, like the felt tip on this one's really small. So it gives a really precise finish as well. For mascara, I have this one from Tarte. This is their new tubing mascara. This is honestly really nice. Basically a tubing mascara, like they wrap your lashes in the formula, which helps them look longer and thicker. I love this one. It's got a nice tiny little brush, so it works well for my eyes. It doesn't transfer, doesn't sag my lashes down, and it definitely gives loads and loads of length and volume. I only tested this one recently-ish, so I'm just wriggling that one up through my lashes. I love that this one doesn't make them look clumpy either. Like it does a really good job of separating, like loading up the formula and loading up the volume and length, but without clumping them together. Like it keeps them separate, which I really love. It just makes my lashes look huge. I absolutely love it, but I do have a drugstore dupe, which is exciting. The Maybelline Snap Mascara. This is also a tubing mascara, so same kind of formula. Coats the lashes, gives lots of length, lots of volume, and it really does last all day. Tubing mascaras are also a lot easier to remove because they come off in tubes and you don't end up with black all over your face. Now, the one thing that is different between these two is the Maybelline Snap Mascara has a slightly different wand. This one has a curved wand and it is a bristle wand, whereas the Tarte one is straight and rubber. But I'm telling you, I get the same amazing results from the Maybelline one that I get from the Tarte one. Just like so much length and volume, and it really does last all day without transferring, without smudging, without going all hideous on my eyes. I just am obsessed. These are the same formula, I'm telling you. Save your money. And then finally for lipstick, I've got one of my most loved, most used, most adored lipsticks ever. This is the Pat McGrath Divine Rose. I tell you right now, every single time I wear this, everybody asks what is on my lips. Everybody compliments it. It is just the most perfect pinky nude. It's so flattering. It looks great on all skin tones. And it's a really nice creamy, like really pretty formula. It's got like a sort of satin, I would call it a satin matte formula. Like it's not like completely matte, but it's also not completely shiny. See how perfect that color is? Oh, it's just so beautiful. Well, after much research and digging and letting go of my addiction and my obsession, I have found an exact dupe. So this is the Maybelline Color Sensational in the shade Pink for Me. This is exactly the same color, like exactly the same. I will say though, interestingly, the Maybelline one is actually more hydrating and more comfortable on the lips. It is a satin matte as well, but it's not as matte as the Pat McGrath one. But honestly, side by side, they look exactly the same. This one will save you so much money and give you the same really pretty color. Here they are side by side. Can you tell the difference? Pat McGrath, Maybelline. Save your money, get the Maybelline. Well, there you go, guys. This is my finished full face of viral makeup dupes. Let me know in the comments, can you see a difference between both sides? I honestly cannot. Like, I feel like the skin looks just as nice on the expensive side as it looks, oh, you know what? I actually think the skin looks nicer on the affordable side. Oh, okay, that is really, really impressive. Like, I just feel like it's more flawless. There's more pigmentation. I don't know. What do you guys think? Expensive side? dupe side. Comment down below if you can see a difference and if you enjoyed this video and if you want to see more. I love you guys heaps. I love dupes heaps, and I will catch you in my next video.